Struggling to keep up with the constant flood of new AI tools? You're not alone. Every day there's a new game changer promising to revolutionize your work. It's how we're thinking about it. Welcome to a masterclass designed to change everything. This isn't about learning another piece of software. It's about mastering the craft of decision-making in the age of AI. We're going to stop chasing every shiny new object and start building smart, simple systems that put you back in control. I'll show you how to cut through the noise and identify the few tools that will actually make a difference for you. Imagine turning all that AI hype and distraction into a real, tangible superpower. A force multiplier for your creativity and productivity. We'll break down the exact frameworks I use to evaluate, integrate, and leverage AI not just as a tool, but as a strategic partner. We'll transform your workflow, sharpen your focus. This is your opportunity to move from being a passive user of AI to an active architect of your own success, and give you a clear, actionable plan to make AI work for you, not the other way around. Let's get started. Because don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Dive deep into the strategies that will define the future of work. Thanks for watching. We've talked about the financial cost. We've talked about the operational chaos. We've talked about the cultural damage. We've talked about the leadership impact. We've talked about the customer experience. We've talked about the innovation breakdown. We've talked about the execution collapse. Now we need to talk about the cost that sits at the center of everything. The cost that determines whether a company moves forward or falls apart. Decision-making. Because every outcome in business, good or bad, comes from a decision. And when companies chase AI trends, decision-making becomes distorted, emotional, reactive, and ultimately destructive. Trend chasing doesn't just weaken decisions. Let's break down the decision-making damage, the cost that silently shapes every other cost. 1. Decisions become emotional, not rational. When leaders chase AI trends, decisions are driven by emotion. Fear of missing out, fear of falling behind, fear of looking outdated, fear of being judged, fear of being wrong. Emotion replaces logic. Pressure replaces clarity. Hype replaces analysis. Instead of what the business needs, what the customer needs, what the strategy requires, what the data shows, emotion is a terrible decision maker. Trend chasing amplifies emotion. 2. Decisions become reactive, not intentional. Trend chasing creates a reactive mindset. Leaders react to new tools, new features, new announcements, new hype cycles, new pressure from the market. This creates a decision-making culture where the company is always responding, never initiating. Reactive decisions feel urgent. Intentional decisions create impact. Trend chasing keeps leaders stuck in reaction mode. Leaders focus on quick wins, fast adoption, immediate excitement, temporary boosts, surface-level improvements. But real decisions, the decisions that shape the future, require long-term thinking. Long-term thinking requires patience, discipline, vision, consistency, commitment. Trend chasing destroys long-term thinking. It replaces it with short-term noise. 4. Decisions become inconsistent. Priorities change weekly. One week the priority is automation. The next week it's analytics. The next week it's content generation. The next week it's workflow optimization. The next week it's a new AI model. Teams become confused. Roadmaps become unstable. Execution becomes impossible. Inconsistent decisions create inconsistent results. Trend chasing creates inconsistency. 5. Decisions become uninformed. Leaders don't understand the tools. When leaders chase trends, they often make decisions without understanding the tool, the limitations, the risks, the requirements, the impact, the integration needs. This leads to decisions that sound good but fail in reality. Uninformed decisions are dangerous. They create chaos. They create waste. They create frustration. Trend chasing encourages uninformed decisions. 6. Decisions become dependent on external voices, not internal wisdom. Trend chasing gives too much power to influencers, vendors, consultants, social media, industry noise. Leaders start trusting external voices more than internal expertise. They ignore their own data, their own customers, their own teams, their own strategy, their own experience. This weakens internal decision-making capability. Trend chasing replaces internal wisdom with external noise. 7. Decisions become overwhelming. Too many choices, too little clarity. AI moves fast. New tools appear daily. New features launch weekly. New models drop monthly. Leaders become overwhelmed by choice. This creates decision fatigue, analysis paralysis, overthinking, underthinking, confusion, stress. When leaders are overwhelmed, they make poor decisions, or no decisions at all. Trend chasing increases overwhelm. 8. Decisions lose accountability. No one owns the outcome. Leadership told us to do it. We were following the trend. Everyone else was doing it. No one owns the decision. No one owns the outcome. No one owns the failure. Accountability is the backbone of execution. Trend chasing breaks that backbone. The bottom line, the decision-making cost of chasing AI trends is enormous. It creates emotional decisions, reactive decisions, short-term decisions, inconsistent decisions, uninformed decisions, externally influenced decisions, overwhelming decisions, unaccountable decisions. Trend chasing doesn't just weaken decision-making. Trend chasing destroys decision-making. The companies that win in the AI era are not the ones who make the fastest decisions. They are the ones who make the right decisions with clarity, discipline, and purpose. Because AI doesn't make decisions, leaders make decisions. AI is the tool. Have you ever wondered why every company, from your local coffee shop to massive tech giants, seems to be talking about AI? It feels like one day we were just browsing the internet, and the next, AI was everywhere, and everything. Is it all just hype, or is there something real going on behind the scenes? Well, today, we're diving deep into why businesses are scrambling to get on the AI train, and the reasons might surprise you. First up, let's talk about the most obvious driver, efficiency. Imagine you're running a huge online store with thousands of customer questions coming in every single day. Answering them all would require a massive team working around the clock. Now bring in an AI chatbot. It can handle 80% of those queries instantly, 24/7, without ever needing a coffee break. This frees up the human team to tackle the really complex problems that require a personal touch. This isn't just about cutting costs. It's about making the entire operation run smoother and faster. Companies are using AI to automate everything from manufacturing processes to sorting through mountains of data, leading to huge gains in productivity. Next, there's the power of personalization. Remember the last time Netflix recommended a show you actually loved, or Amazon suggested a product you didn't even know you needed? That's AI at work. By analyzing your past behavior, AI algorithms can predict what you'll like next with scary accuracy. For businesses, this is gold. It means they can create hyper-personalized marketing campaigns, product recommendations, and user experiences. Instead of shouting one message to a million people, they can whisper a unique message to a million individuals. This level of customization builds stronger customer loyalty and, you guessed it, drives more sales. It's the difference between a generic ad and a recommendation from a friend. Another huge reason is the fear of missing out, or FOMO. In the business world, this is a very real and powerful motivator. When your competitors start using AI to get ahead, you can't afford to be left behind. No CEO wants to be the one explaining to their shareholders why their rival's profits are soaring because they embraced a new technology while they just stood by and watched. This creates a domino effect. One major company in an industry adopts AI, and suddenly, everyone else feels the pressure to do the same just to stay in the game. It's a technological arms race, and right now AI is the ultimate weapon. Then there's the promise of innovation. AI isn't just about doing old things better. It's about doing completely new things. Think about the pharmaceutical industry. AI can analyze vast biological datasets to discover new drugs and treatments in a fraction of the time it would take humans. In the creative fields, AI tools are helping artists, musicians, and writers generate new ideas and push the boundaries of their craft. For businesses, AI is a key to unlocking new products, new services, and even entirely new markets that were previously unimaginable. Finally, it's about making smarter decisions. Every business leader has to make tough calls based on the information they have. In the past, this information was often incomplete or took a long time to gather. AI changes that completely. It can process real-time data from thousands of sources, market trends, customer feedback, supply chain logistics, you name it, and present it as clear, actionable insights. This is called data-driven decision-making. Instead of relying on gut feelings, executives can now rely on hard data to guide their strategy. This reduces risk and dramatically increases the chances of success. So, is the AI craze just hype? Not really. While there's definitely a lot of buzz, the underlying reasons are solid. Businesses are chasing AI because it promises to make them more efficient, more personal, more competitive, more innovative, and ultimately, more intelligent. It's not just a trend. It's a fundamental shift in how business is done. We're still in the early days, and it'll be fascinating to see how this technology continues to shape our world. What are your thoughts on this? Have you noticed AI changing the way you interact with your favorite brands? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that's changing our lives. See you in the next one. Have you ever felt like you're just throwing AI tools at problems, hoping something sticks? You're not alone. Everyone is talking about AI, but very few are using it with a real strategy. It's like having the world's most powerful engine but no steering wheel. Today we're going to change that. We're building your personal AI flight plan, a strategy to take you from confused to confident, turning this powerful technology into your secret weapon for success. So, where do we start? The first step is to stop thinking about AI as a magic wand and start seeing it as a smart assistant. The goal isn't to replace your brain, but to supercharge it. Begin by identifying the biggest bottlenecks in your daily work. What are the repetitive, time-consuming tasks that drain your energy? Is it sifting through hundreds of emails? Is it trying to summarize long reports? Maybe it's staring at a blank page, trying to start a creative project. Make a list. Be specific. This list is your treasure map, showing you exactly where AI can deliver the biggest wins. Now that you have your targets, it's time to choose your tools. And listen, the market is flooded with options, so it's easy to get overwhelmed. My advice? Start simple. You don't need a dozen different subscriptions. Pick one or two versatile tools that align with your key tasks. For example, if you do a lot of writing and research, a powerful language model like ChatGPT or Claude can be your go-to. If your work is more visual, maybe a tool like Midjourney or Canva's AI features is a better fit. The key is to master one tool before jumping to the next. Become an expert at writing prompts for that specific tool. Learn its strengths and weaknesses. This deep knowledge is far more valuable than a superficial understanding of 20 different apps. Okay, you've identified your pain points and chosen your tool. The next phase is all about integration. This is where the real magic happens. How do you weave AI into your existing workflow so it feels seamless, not like an extra chore? Start small. For instance, instead of writing email responses from scratch, use AI to draft them. Your job is to then edit and personalize them. You're not outsourcing your work. As you get comfortable, you'll start to see new opportunities. You'll realize you can use that same tool to brainstorm ideas, structure presentations, or even learn a new skill faster. It's about creating a partnership where AI handles the heavy lifting, freeing you up to focus on strategy, creativity, and the human connections that truly matter. Finally, the most crucial part of any strategy: review and adapt. Technology evolves at lightning speed, and your AI strategy should too. Set aside a little time each month to reflect. What's working well? What's not? Are there new features or tools that could solve a problem you're facing? Are you becoming too reliant on AI for certain tasks? This isn't about chasing every new shiny object. It's about being intentional. Your AI strategy is a living document, not a one-time setup. By continuously refining your approach, you ensure that you're always using AI in the most effective and empowering way possible. You're not just a user. You're a pilot, confidently navigating the future of work. So there you have it. A 4-step framework. Identify your bottlenecks, master a core tool, integrate it into your habits, and constantly adapt. Stop randomly playing with AI and start strategically building with it. You'll be amazed at how much more you can achieve. Thanks so much for watching. If this was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on working smarter. See you in the next video. We've talked about the operational chaos. We've talked about the cultural damage. We've talked about the strategic confusion. We've talked about the leadership impact. We've talked about the customer experience. We've talked about the innovation breakdown. We've talked about the execution collapse. We've talked about the decision-making distortion. We've talked about the psychological root causes. We've talked about the lack of clarity that drives it all. Now it's time to shift. Because this masterclass is not about criticizing businesses. It's not about pointing out mistakes. It's not about highlighting failures. This masterclass is about transformation. And transformation begins with a simple truth. The companies that win in the AI era are not the ones who chase trends. They are the ones who build capability. AI capability is the opposite of trend chasing. AI capability is the antidote to chaos. AI capability is the foundation of sustainable transformation. Let's break down what this shift really means and why it changes everything. What's everyone else using? What's trending right now? Capability asks, what system do we need? What workflow should we improve? What outcome are we trying to achieve? Tools come and go. Systems endure. Trend chasing is temporary. Capability is permanent. 2. Trend chasing is reactive. Capability is strategic. Trend chasing reacts to hype, pressure, competitors, influencers. Social media capability responds to strategy, priorities, customer needs, business goals. Long-term vision. Trend chasing is emotional. Capability is intentional. 3. Trend chasing creates chaos. Capability creates clarity. Trend chasing creates confusion, constant switching, unstable workflows, frustrated teams, inconsistent results. Capability creates stability, predictability, alignment, confidence, momentum. Clarity is the foundation of execution. Capability builds that clarity. 4. Trend chasing is shallow. Capability is deep. Trend chasing leads to surface-level experiments, quick demos, temporary excitement, abandoned tools. Capability leads to mastery, integration, optimization, scalability. Depth creates competitive advantage. Capability builds that depth. 5. Trend chasing depends on vendors. Capability depends on people. Trend chasing relies on external tools, external consultants, external hype. Capability relies on, but capability must come from within. 6. Trend chasing is about speed. Capability is about direction. Trend chasing tries to move fast, but speed without direction is chaos. Capability moves with purpose. It asks, where are we going? Why are we going there? What matters most? What creates the most value? Direction beats speed every time. Temporary boosts, impressive demos, short-lived excitement. Capability produces long-term advantage, wins markets. 8. Trend chasing is easy. Capability is hard. Trend chasing is easy because it requires no strategy, it requires no discipline, it requires no clarity, it requires no long-term thinking. Capability is hard because it requires leadership, it requires alignment, it requires investment, it requires patience, it requires commitment, but the hard path is the path that wins. The shift begins here. The shift from trend chasing to capability building is not a small adjustment. It is a complete transformation in how a company thinks about AI. It requires leaders to move from excitement to clarity, pressure to purpose, tools to systems, hype to strategy, reaction to intention, noise to focus. This shift is the foundation of everything that comes next. Because the rest of this masterclass is not about tools, it's not about trends, it's not about hype. The kind of capability that creates efficiency, innovation, customer delight, strategic advantage, long-term growth, the kind of capability that turns AI from a distraction into a superpower. The bottom line: trend chasing is the past. Capability building is the future. They are the ones who build the strongest systems. Because AI doesn't create capability. Capability creates AI success. And that shift from chasing trends to building capability begins right now. We've spent the last several sections exposing the hidden costs of chasing AI trends. We've talked about the chaos, the confusion, the wasted money, the broken workflows, the frustrated teams, the lost customers, the weakened leadership, the stalled innovation, the collapsed execution, and the distorted decision-making. We've uncovered the psychological root causes. We've revealed the lack of clarity that drives it all. We've shown why trend chasing is a trap. Now we need to talk about the shift and the mindset shift that separates the companies who fail with AI from the companies who win with AI, because here's the truth. AI is not a tool. AI is a transformation. And until leaders understand this, nothing changes. Let's break down what this mindset shift really means and why it is the foundation of everything that comes next. AI is not something you use, it's something you become. Most companies think AI is something you add a tool, add a feature, add an automation, add a chatbot, add a workflow. But AI is not an addition, AI is an evolution. It changes how you think, how you work, how you decide, how you operate, how you compete, how you create value. AI is not a tool you plug in. AI is a capability you grow into. AI is not about replacing people, but it's about empowering them. The biggest misconception in the AI era is that AI replaces humans. It doesn't. AI replaces repetition, bottlenecks, manual tasks, inefficiencies, low-value work. But AI empowers creativity, strategy, judgment, innovation, human connection. AI doesn't eliminate people. AI elevates people. The mindset shift is simple. AI doesn't take jobs away from people. AI takes tasks away from people so people can do higher value work. AI is not about speed, it's about direction. Trend chasers focus on speed. We need to adopt AI fast. We need to catch up. We need to move quickly. But speed without direction is chaos. The companies that win with AI are not the fastest. They are the most aligned. They know what they're building, why they're building it, where AI fits, what AI improves, what AI enables. Direction beats speed every time. AI is not about tools, it's about systems. Tools are temporary. Systems are permanent. Tools change monthly. Systems last for years. Tools create outputs. Systems create outcomes. Trend chasers focus on tools. Leaders focus on systems. The mindset shift is this. AI success is not about choosing the right tool. It's about building the right system. AI is not about automation. It's about augmentation. Automation is only the beginning. AI augments thinking, creativity, decision-making, strategy, problem-solving. AI doesn't just automate tasks, AI amplifies capability. The companies that win with AI don't ask, what can AI automate? They ask, what can AI make us better at? That's the shift. AI is not a project, it's a capability. Projects have deadlines, budgets, end dates. Capabilities have growth, maturity, evolution, continuous improvement. Trend chasers treat AI like a project. Leaders treat AI like a capability. Capabilities compound, capabilities scale. Capabilities endure. AI is not a trend, it's a new operating model. AI is not a moment in time. AI is not a wave that will pass. AI is not a trend that will fade. AI is a new operating model for business. It changes how work gets done, how decisions get made, how teams collaborate, how customers are served, how value is created. AI is not the future. AI is the present. And the companies who treat it as a trend will be left behind by the companies who treat it as a transformation. AI is not about technology, it's about leadership. The companies that win with AI are not the ones with the best tools. They're the ones with the best leaders. Leaders who create clarity, build capability, set direction, empower teams, invest in systems, focus on outcomes, think long-term. AI doesn't transform organizations. Leaders transform organizations, AI just accelerates it. The bottom line. The mindset shift is simple but profound. AI is not a tool. AI is not a trend. AI is not a project. AI is not a shortcut. AI is a transformation. And transformation requires clarity, discipline, vision, systems, leadership, capability. This is the shift that separates the companies who chase AI from the companies who master AI. This is the shift that turns AI from a distraction into a competitive advantage. This is the shift that prepares you for everything that comes next in this masterclass. Because from this point forward, we're not talking about trends. We've spent the last several sections exposing the hidden costs of chasing AI trends. We've talked about the chaos, the confusion, the wasted money, the broken workflows, the frustrated teams, the lost customers, the weakened leadership, the stalled innovation, the collapsed execution, and the distorted decision-making. We've uncovered the psychological root causes. We've revealed the lack of clarity that drives it all. We've introduced the mindset shift, and AI is not a tool, it's a transformation. Now we begin the solution. And the first principle, the foundation of everything that follows, is simple, powerful, and non-negotiable. AI success begins with clarity, not tools, not trends, not speed, not hype, not experimentation. Clarity. Clarity is the antidote to chaos. Clarity is the enemy of trend chasing. Clarity is the foundation of capability. Let's break down what clarity really means, and why it is the first step in building a world-class AI-powered organization. Clarity about the problem and what are we actually trying to fix. AI is not valuable by itself. AI is valuable when it solves a real problem. But most companies don't define the problem clearly. They say, we want to use AI, we want to automate things. We want to be more efficient. These are not problems. These are wishes. Clarity means identifying the specific friction points. Where time is being wasted, where decisions are slow, where customers struggle, where workflows break, where quality drops, where opportunities are missed. AI is not the starting point. The problem is the starting point. Clarity begins with asking, what is the real problem we need AI to solve? Clarity about the outcome and what does success look like? Most AI projects fail because no one defines success. Leaders say, we want better productivity. We want better customer experience. We want better insights. But what does better mean? Clarity means defining the exact outcome, the measurable improvement, the expected impact, the timeline, the constraints. Without a clear outcome, AI becomes a guessing game. Clarity begins with asking, what does success look like in numbers, not feelings? Clarity about the workflow. Where does AI fit? AI is not a magic wand. But I must fit into a workflow. But most companies don't map their workflows. They don't understand the steps. They don't understand the bottlenecks. They don't understand the dependencies. So they try to insert AI into places where it doesn't belong. Clarity means understanding the current workflow, the ideal workflow, the friction points, the opportunities, the handoffs, the human-AI balance. Clarity begins with asking, where in the workflow does AI create the most value? Have you ever felt like you're playing catch-up with AI? It seems like every day there's a new tool, a new headline, and a new reason to feel a little bit behind. But what if I told you that you don't need to master every single AI tool out there? What you really need is a smart strategy. A personal AI strategy isn't about becoming a tech genius overnight. It's about figuring out how AI can serve you, your career, and your goals, not the other way around. Let's break down how to build one in 3 simple steps. First, identify your pain points. Forget the hype for a second and think about your daily work. What are the most repetitive, time-consuming, or just plain boring tasks on your plate? Is it summarizing long reports? Writing endless emails? Maybe it's brainstorming ideas from a blank page. Make a list of these tasks. These are your opportunities. This is where AI can step in as your personal assistant. The goal isn't to replace your job. It's to free you up to focus on the parts of your job that require your unique human creativity and strategic thinking. Second, start small and experiment. Don't try to implement 10 new AI tools at once. Pick 1 or 2 pain points from your list and find a specific tool that addresses them. For example, if you struggle with writing, try a tool like ChatGPT or Jasper to help you draft emails or outlines. If you spend hours creating presentations, look into AI-powered slide designers. The key here is to play around. Treat it like a game. Spend 15 to 20 minutes a day just testing things out. See what works, what doesn't, and what makes your life genuinely easier. Don't be afraid to drop a tool if it's not a good fit. Finally, focus on skills, not just tools. The AI landscape is changing at lightning speed. The hot new tool today might be old news tomorrow. So instead of just learning how to use a specific app, focus on developing core AI-related skills. Learn how to write effective prompts that's the art of asking AI the right questions to get the best results. Practice critical thinking to evaluate the output AI gives you. Is it accurate? Is it biased? Does it need your human touch to make it better? These skills will be valuable no matter how the technology evolves. So, to recap, identify your pain points, experiment with specific tools, and build timeless skills. That's your roadmap. It's not about being an AI expert. It's about being an expert at using AI to make your own life better. Start today. Start small, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you can turn AI from a source of anxiety into your most powerful ally. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips.